we get some crazy cool Code backstory of him like covering up this battle wound or something. That'd be crazy.
Speaking of Code's stories, like when are they going to actually give us some more exposition on Code's backstory? All we know is that he was one of the kids that was taken into experimentation by Jigen, so he can place a karma seal onto one of them to see if one of them is going to be his perfect vessel. Turns out Code was a failed vessel, but was still able to use a karma seal, a white karma seal. And in chapter 6, we learned that the white karma seal was actually a lump of Otsutsuki essence, mainly Ishiki's.
Given where the story's at, I could either see like Code essentially reflecting on his backstory just when he's off alone before he does anything, or one of the Divine Tree people revealing it, either to themselves or to Boruto or whoever, saying something about Code's backstory with their just random ass knowledge, or Amato. Or I guess Ada. One of the four would be the people to bring it up. But it's kind of tricky as for like, what is Code even going to do moving forward is a good question, because like you said, it seems like these divine trees will just kill you on your own, so I'll let them do it. Like he already knows Boruto beat him. Code's smart enough to know that like now that he's lost his claw grime army, he stands a worse chance now. So it might not be wise to just like randomly attack Boruto again.
Did he lose his Claw Grime army?
As far as we can tell.
I mean, they're seemingly not in Konoha anymore, but I don't think he sent all several thousand of them there, and 4 of them turned into...
Yeah, okay, but here's the... Well, okay, but there's 2 things. One is the storage place. I mean, it depends on where he stored them away. Was the storage place the Ten Tails Dimension, or was it somewhere else, like Boruto's hideout, for example? Which I still hope is the case, but I don't know if it is. If the storage place was somewhere else, okay, then he probably still has them. If the storage place was the Ten Tails Dimension, honestly, then I don't think they're there, because, where are they? It's also possible that, because there's a time limit, the Ten Tails was going to evolve. It seems like the Rinnegan one that attacks Kawaki was just a random one that was starting to evolve. It didn't fully get there, obviously, but it was starting to. It could just be that, when the Ten Tails evolved, that was it. There just is no regular Claw Grime anymore. They're either all evolved ones or gone, for all we know. I don't know.
Speaking of evolved Shinjus, a lot of people are still stuck on Jorah's identity. Some people assume that it's either one of these 4 choices. Either Kawaki, Gaara, Kakashi, or Soege. And I've seen a lot of people on Instagram.
No, there's more people than that. There's also Jigen and Ishiki.
No.
Who is Soege?
Jigen and Ishiki, but it's just here's the thing. Listen.
Soege is the guy who saves Sarda.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Listen, so here's the thing. Some people
I've also heard Aruka.
Yeah, but I've also seen a lot of people kind of discredit the theory that it could be Ishiki or Jigen, because I don't know, maybe it's because they don't really see the resemblance.
Bro, yeah, I'm fine with discrediting them.
It's either Ishiki, Kawaki, or Jigen. It's not Gaara, Aruka, or Soleil.
It can't.
No. See, those have ground legs. I'm fine with discrediting Jigen though, specifically. I think Jigen specifically, we can just throw him out. There's
See, here's the thing. I always wholeheartedly believe that Jorah is the main body of the Ten Tails. But I never would have expected that he would actually be the main body of the Ten Tails with Ishiki's essence imbued into him. The reason why I'm saying that is because we don't have a backstory on Jorah, not like the other 3. The other 3 we know that they are Sasuke, Bug, and Moege. We know how they became Shinjus and how they got, encased and trapped within trees. And their chakra is what gave birth to their, I would say, Shinju avatars. Jorah... He just came out of nowhere. He appeared right above the Ten Tails' cage, and he starts saying, the line about chakra and how it's basically what he said.
He was saying that the chakra of the planet, we divine trees exist to suck that chakra out of all living things and form a chakra. I'm with you, dude. I think he's the main body of the Ten Tails.
He has to be
so clearly. Because the thing is, if he wasn't, it's why is he the clear leader? Why is he the one with the same markings as the Ten Tails' cage? Why is he the one with the cube with those markings? It's there's so many things that point him to being the... It's just why would he be so different if he wasn't the main body? So I feel like he has to be.
No, I wouldn't. I
Exactly, and
wouldn't
he's
say him flying above where the Ten Tails cage was is any evidence of it. I think that's more of an
No,
artistic
I
thing.
wouldn't say
No.
that either. But like the point is, he's very clearly distinct from the other three for a lot
Yes.
of reasons. For example, just the fact that he's the only one that didn't fight in chapter 4 is as simple as that is. He's the only one who didn't do it. Granted, I guess you could say Bulk's the only one without a name, but like, okay. The point is, he's distinct from the other three in a lot of ways that the other three aren't distinct from each other. He feels like he has to be more main body at least.
I wholeheartedly believe that he is the main body of the Ten Tails. And then when chapter 6 came out and they were talking about how, and Boruto was talking about how Code's white karma seal is literally nothing but a lump of Otsutsuki essence, well, mainly Ishiki's, I was thinking, okay, so this could probably be the main body of the Ten Tails with Ishiki's essence inside of him, which could explain his demeanor and how he set on that black cube and why he wants Naruto. I didn't want to believe it was Gara because how did Gara get bitten by a Ten Tails? And why would Code need to go to the hidden sand village?
Exactly. It's so random.
Like, why would Code need to go to the hidden sand village to expand his army to see how powerful his claw grimes are? I don't know. No one seems to want to, think about that for some reason.
Guard just doesn't make it. This honestly, the same goes for like Aruka. It's like, yeah, Aruka means something to us, but it doesn't mean anything to. It's just is too random. It's like, is that really like if that's gonna be the case? Wouldn't they make Sasuke the leader in that case? Why would they make these random bozos the leader of the group? It's like, no, the leader has to be more important than freaking Sawagi.
And more powerful. But
exactly, it's like otherwise
yeah.
Sasuke would be the leader. You wouldn't have Jiraiya be the leader.
And what's crazy is that like when Ada was kind of breaking down that the chakra of the individuals that are in the god trees is what created these things. Well, we see that Soege and some other guy in the background has been by the claw grimes, but we don't see an evolved Shinju from them. Or like a
That
Shinju
is
lookalike
interesting
from them.
though, because Boruto says this thing involves everyone who turned into a tree. So it does remain possible that we just haven't seen the others.
It could
otherwise it wouldn't be everyone, and Boruto would just be wrong.
Yeah.
Or it could be that their chakra it just isn't potent enough or
that's what I said.
It
might be the I thought that too. Like only the strongest. There's a threshold potentially. As an example, we know that a chakra fruit forms. It's supposed to form when the divine tree is like sucked out like a sufficient amount. Otherwise, it just won't get a fruit, right? So it could just be like if these guys are in a sense a type of fruit in a way, like it's a new seedling born out of Sasuke's tree. It's this guy. It might mean that the person needs to have a sufficient amount of chakra to even get to this point. That is possible. So like Moegi and Bug might be like the bare minimum.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't
know.
think we can have thousands of Ishiki plus level combatants running around because if we did, the Earth's just done. I'm sorry. There's no level of plot armor or power of friendship that could possibly come close to overcoming any level of that godlyhood.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Exactly.
Like, if there was like 6 people, okay, but it's like just how many were bitten in that invasion. If it's only the other 2 people too, fine. But it seemed like the characters were implying a lot of people got bitten. Like Shikamaru's like, are they trying to create a forest? Well, I mean, 2 trees, I wouldn't call that a forest. Like,
it could be that a lot of people were bitten by the claw grimes, and Kishimoto probably just didn't have time to show it to them. I don't want to assume that will be the case. But here's the thing. There's only 4 Shinjus now. And we have already came up with the theory that the only reason why there's only 4 of them could be because their chakra just isn't strong enough or potent enough to create another evolved Shinju, which would explain why there's only 4 for now. Because I think Soege and the other guy that got bitten just didn't have strong enough chakra or potent enough chakra to have their own Shinju avatar-esque sort of thing. which is where Sasuke, since he's like a reincarnation of Indra and so forth and so on, his chakras are as much. Yeah, like he's pretty much like going to be like of premium quality.
He's one of the closest things to a Sasuke without being in a Sasuke.
Yeah, pretty much.
The interesting one's Bug. It's like, damn, he was strong.
Well, he's Kara,
See,
so who knows?
So Bug,
yeah,
it's interesting.
I assume Bug actually could fight. We just didn't see it. Yeah, because he's like outer member of Kara, so you think he's probably in the realm of like Garo and Ao and stuff. Like he's Boru's right hand man.
It's so silly to think about that.
Bug
is defeating Ao.
Here's the thing.
Literally, it seems so weird, but like, I mean, maybe he is.
Yeah.
Bug has we don't really know if Bug has any jutsus in his arsenal. But what we do see from the Bug Shinju clones is he's able to create a giant carnivorous plant-like maw.
Yeah, it's
from
like
his arm.
a giant crab claw almost. I figured that might just be Bug's ninja tech abilities. I don't know.
I think that could just be an ability unique to the Shinjus.
I think so as well, because the others are discussing eating these people. I don't think... Okay, it'd be really, really weird if Jura just spent, like, weeks cannibalizing, cutting up Naruto's corpse and, like, eating him down like his normal mouth. Like, he's not eating fingers at a time.
Dude, I don't know, bro. I could totally see Jura being... If he is... I'm just saying, if Jura is related to Jigen or Ishiki, I can absolutely see him cooking him, getting a nice fine dinner with Delta, but absolutely getting the line out. Absolutely, he's doing it that way. But for real though, the regular claw grimes just bit people in the neck like normal human biting. You know, like they're vampires. It's not like they grew out a giant mouth or some shit.
Yeah, but Jura has consciousness. He's not gonna want to turn into a tree like that.
Exactly. He does not want to lose that consciousness because if he eats an
then he's not going to devour them.
Exactly. He's just going to take their chakra, but that's what the claw grimes were originally meant to do in the first place. No, but it's
implied that yeah, but honestly speaking, okay, so we were talking about this before where we don't really know. This chapter makes it even weirder. I don't know whether the act of biting necessarily matters more than just absorbing, because according to Boruto, he makes it seem like it's the chakra that's important. They're trying to eat chakra. They're not necessarily trying to eat the flesh and bones. So I don't know if eating chakra is necessarily different than absorbing chakra. But if it is the same, then absorbing their chakra would make them turn into a tree, regardless.
I mean, isn't absorbing and eating the same thing? You're consuming it.
I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, free game, everybody. I mean, look at Samehada. Are we calling Samehada a Shinju? It's like the same thing.
No, Samehada. I mean, actually, in a way, Samehada kind of is like DuckTales.
Yeah, exactly. Literally identical.
Was Samehada created from the DuckTales?
Imagine if it was.
So.